Hello and welcome back to another episode of Main Event Wrestling. So we just got past Survivor Series with a random 6-man Hell in a Cell in the main event, and now we're heading to the Royal Rumble. FYI, I successfully won the Hell in a Cell match if you didn't catch it. But yeah, we're on the way to the Royal Rumble, so what's going to happen this week? Let's find out.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are less than 4 weeks away from the Royal Rumble, a co-production of Raw and Smackdown. And I've decided that this champion right here will defend his WWE belt at the pay-per-view. Now, champ, I'm putting you in a non-title single match tonight to make sure that you're in shape for
Whoa. I've got a problem with you calling that title his championship. Everyone knows he couldn't beat me in a one-on-one. I deserve that title shot for this championship at the Royal Rumble.
Listen, I run the show around here, pal, not you. If you want a title shot, you have to earn it like every other guy in the locker room.
You know what, Angle? You're full of it. You can't get away with ignoring a superstar like me. You better remember that Smackdown isn't the only brand in town.
Smackdown isn't the only brand in town? What did he mean by that?
I don't know, Cole, but I doubt it's anything good.
So, as expected, I'm going to be defending the WWE Championship at Royal Rumble. And now Big Show wants a shot at the title, but SmackDown isn't the only brand in town? What, you're going to jump ship to Raw? That's fine by me. Go on, piss off then. Anyway, I'm in the main event against Chavo Guerrero, so let's wrestle and let's find out if anything happens afterwards. What, Chavo, really? You think you can, deal with me? I'll be surprised if he, then goes ahead and knocks me down or anything like that. I hate these, QTE little games at the start of these matches. He'll get it perfectly. Oh no, he failed. Normally they get it spot on. But can we just get into the match? How could I fail that? It was going so slow. Oh, catching me off guard, you cheeky lemon. Oh, Chavo. Chavo. My dear boy. My dear boy. For this kind of insolence, you cannot be tolerated. Thus, you must be destroyed. And it's probably going to be through a bunch of choke slams. Like that. You know what? Just to spice things up a bit. Let's do a choke slam to the outside, shall we? Ooh, yeah. I mean, really, you just had to go there and try and catch me off guard, didn't you? That's fine, you can duck underneath, I'll just go there. Like, seriously, Chavo. Oh, you silly boy. Now, we gotta ask the question right now. What does Big Show mean by the only brand in town? Now, said it before. Oh, for the love of. Do something different, people. So. Hey, stop going after that corner rope, you dingus. But yeah, we need to analyse as to what Big Show meant. I mean, like I said, if he wants to go over Raw, that's fine by me. It's not exactly the biggest loss to SmackDown. It's not exactly a concern of mine. By the way, Chavo, Tombstone's coming up. But does that mean he's going to jump ship, or is someone from Raw going to come over? What does that mean? Right, ref, count it. If he kicks out, he's dead.
3.
Yeah, I said my piece tonight, but I could easily use a hand next week. That's right, like we talked about before. I can count on you for some help next week, right? Great. Thanks a lot. Really appreciate it, Mr. Bischoff.
What the? Is he actually asking Eric Bischoff for help?
Nah, that can't be it, Cole. There's got to be another explanation.
Well, I hope you've got one, Taz, because I don't.
Well, shock, shock, horror. Big Show is talking to Eric Bischoff, and apparently he's getting a little extra help. Whatever that means, we shall see. But until then, I just wanted to, I completely forgot to mention this, but I think the only time I ever really remember seeing Undertaker take on Chavo Guerrero in any kind of match was in 2008 when Undertaker was feuding with Big Show, and Undertaker on a random episode of SmackDown faced Chavo Guerrero in a casket match. It was a bit out of the blue, bit random, bit weird, but sure, it happened, But anyway, Big Show's talking to Bischoff. Let's find out what he's got in mind. Right, so as I said, after week 1, Big Show's talking to Bischoff. Let's find out what these two ass clowns have got planned for this week's SmackDown.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to WWE Smackdown. I'm Michael Cole here with Taz at ringside, and what a start we've got tonight, Taz.
No doubt about it. We're going to find out who the #1 contender will be for the WWE Championship at the Royal Rumble.
And that match is about to begin right now. That's Chris Benoit. What the hell is Benoit doing on SmackDown?
The ref never saw the low blow. How could this have happened?
I've got a better question for you. Why would a Raw superstar interfere in a SmackDown title hunt?
What was that all about, Bischoff? Why did one of your superstars just interfere in one of my matches?
Well, you see, Kurt, you haven't done such a good job of keeping your superstars happy. And one of your unhappiest superstars is the man who just won the last match. Now, we both know that his contract is up right after WrestleMania, and he's your new #1 contender. So just imagine if he won the WWE Championship, retained it at WrestleMania, and then signed with me. My ratings would go through the roof when he showed up on my show and dropped your piece of trash title in the garbage where it belongs.
He thinks he's pretty smart, but he made a dumb mistake by sending one of his top guys to mess with me. Chris Benoit must be on his way out of the building right now. But he's on my show this week, so I'm putting him in a match right now. A hardcore match. Grab a referee and take him out.
Well, one thing I want to point out is that it looks like Michael Cole has got a severe case of selective memory. Here's why. So, at the end of last week, he asked... By the way, I'm just going to punish Benoit whilst I quickly, get my spiel out. But yeah, Like, he's asking, why is the Raw superstar getting involved in the SmackDown title hunt? Well, Mr. Cole and Mr. Selective Memory, you saw Big Show basically ask Bischoff for help, and he said that, you know, he could rely on him for said help. So what did he do? He sent over a Raw superstar to help him win the #1 contendership, right? So it's as simple as that. And if Big Show thinks that he's going to win the title and walk away with it, then dude's got another thing coming, right? Just want to punish he who shall not be named a little bit more. Right, let's just do that. Boom! Coming out triumphantly. Do it again! Ooh, mate, that was delicious. Right. Okay, I've said what I wanted to say, so let's get this over and done with. Plus, you know, extra punishment for Senor He Who Shall Not Be Named.
1, 2, 3.
Let that be a lesson to Eric Bischoff. Don't mess with SmackDown.
Right, so now that's over, presumably SmackDown will retaliate and I'll probably be forced to go over to Raw and, you know, beat some people up, or me and Big Show can go toe to toe. The only way to find out, really, is to get there, so let's go for it. So going over to Raw and teaching Bischoff and his goons a lesson for coming over to SmackDown, it looks like we're sticking with SmackDown, so presumably we're going to go toe to toe with Big Show, and then, you know, obviously face him at Royal Rumble and beat his ass down. But before we get to the Rumble, we got to find out what happens this week.
I know a lot of you were upset with what happened during last week's #1 contender match. Well, I spoke with Mr. McMahon earlier today and asked him, in the interest of fairness, to get a little revenge on Raw right here on SmackDown tonight. As payback for last week's interference, Mr. McMahon has given me permission to put not one, but 2 Raw superstars in a match tonight. So I'm putting them in a tag team tables match tonight against the superstar of my choice. And his partner, who will be none other than SmackDown's own WWE Champion. And as for our backstabbing #1 contender, well, I've given him the night off. I don't want him getting anywhere near the champ until this Sunday at the Royal Rumble.
Hey, this is awesome, Cole. SmackDown's gonna get some payback on Raw right here tonight.
Hey, champ. Since our general manager chose to partner us up tonight, I wanted to talk to you about something before the match. I wanted you to know that I can't wait to put those Raw punks through the table, Holmes. And I am definitely glad that I got the WWE champ on my side. But when this is all said and done, Holmes, I want you to know something. That I'm coming for that title of yours. And I'm gonna do it the right way. Face to face. Mano a mano. Man to man. Órale.
Well, Tornado Tag Team Tables match. Me and Eddie Guerrero against that, you know, He Who Shall Not Be Named, and Garrison Cade. That's an interesting choice. That really is an interesting choice. There's also another thing that popped in my mind, and I don't know why these keep popping in my mind in between matches when I can just talk about it during the matches. But it's kind of funny that Kurt Angle on the game, right, in this season playthrough, has been general manager longer than what he was back in 2004. Because he was general manager, I think, for like 4 months. That was in storylines that, you know, they made him GM in storylines, so in real life he can recover from like a neck injury again. And yeah, and then when he felt like he was well enough, he was taken out of the position, and then, you know, I think it was Teddy Long after that who took over as GM. But yeah, it's kind of funny how Angle in this season playthrough has been general GM longer than what he was in real life. I just thought it was funny. Anyway, table tornado tag match: Benoit, Garrison, Cade against Taker and Guerrero. Let's go. All right, let's go. Hey, I don't mind taking on Garrison Cade. You know, messing him up just a little bit to be able to get this match done nice and quick. I mean, Benoit, are you having a bit of a joke there? Right. Why are Cade and Benoit listed as, you know, clean people when in reality they're not? Right. Let's try and get Cade onto yellow at some point. So, yep, 3 choke slams on the bounce. Yep, that's done it. Alright, let's go. Boom. Got that there. Get him up. Chuck him into the table.
The SmackDown Superstars just sent a message to Eric Bischoff.
The Royal Rumble title match this Sunday isn't just a match, it's going to be a war to settle a score between SmackDown and Raw.
Well done there, Taz. You're a poet and you didn't even know it, even though he did use a line, war to settle the score, which was a title of a, you know, big event in WWE back in 1985, just before WrestleMania 1, actually. Main evented by Piper versus Hogan. Yeah. Anyway, so nice and quick. I know could potentially drag these matches out a bit longer, but my objective, win. It's as simple as that. Just win. Anyway, so we won. Let's get to the Royal Rumble and teach Big Show a lesson. Alrighty then, Royal Rumble, Undertaker, Big Show, probably as it stands, a standard one-on-one. So, without further ado, let's teach that big dummy a lesson. Well, there's something I wasn't expecting, this to be a single with manager championship match. I've got Eddie Guerrero in my corner, and Big Show, the big dummy, has got He Who Shall Not Be Named. And obviously, straight after, if I can, I might, you know, watch the Royal Rumble match. If I can. If not, then, you know, we'll just find out who won and who I could potentially face at WrestleMania. So yeah, without further ado, let's get into this and see what happens with the Royal Rumble match. Also, one thing I love to, you know, point out is the fact that this game has got like selective options as to whether or not it wants the commentary to actually be on or not. It's like, oh yeah, cheers guys, you know, let's just sit in silence and listen to the crowd roar, shall we? I mean, again, it might be down to the condition of my disc, it might be down to the age of the PlayStation. It might have just been something that was, you know, wrong with the, you know, with the game in the first place all the way back in 2004. You know, it might just be something as simple as that. But that's the thing, I don't remember. I don't remember if it did it then. I don't know if it's a PlayStation or anything like that. But yeah, me and Big Show and obviously Cole and Taz are very shocked, very like, oh my god, why? Why is this man, got a Raw superstar in his corner? It's like, well, Bishop's on a mission to get both world titles on his show, and what's standing between him and, Total Control? Well, first of all, me and destroying Big Show. By the way, Eddie, I don't want you to get involved, so if you don't mind just staying over there, thank you very much. So it's like, well, dude, what do you expect? Big Show wants to win the title, and apparently he might have an opportunity to go to Raw once WrestleMania's up, take the world title with him. So, yeah, of course he's going to have someone in his corner, especially the person who helped him get the #1 contendership. I mean, it's very simple, when you really think about it. Right, let's finish you off with, I think I'm going to go with finishing you off with a choke slam. Boom. Right, let's grab him. Benoit, if you distract the ref, I'm not going to be happy with you.
1, 2, 3.
What an incredible match and what an incredible champion. He went into the Royal Rumble as the champ, and he came out of it as the champ.
You gotta love it, Cole. He had a lot of stuff going against him here when he showed up tonight, but he's going home with the championship, and that's all that matters.
Well, we don't get to find out who won the Royal Rumble this week, so presumably we're going to find out when we get to the next part of this full season playthrough. But also, wasn't it just completely stupid of He Who Shall Not Be Named? Like, when I went for that pin, right, he goes under the ring, grabs a chair, goes in, drops it, right at the 3 count. Just, what's the point? What was the point in that? But anyway, we won, championship defended. I'm 2 parts away from going this entire year from winning the title to defending it all the way through. So that's pretty cool. I think that's pretty cool. But yeah, that brings me to the end of this particular part of the full season playthrough of SmackDown vs. Raw. This was part 6. I got, if I remember correctly, I got 2 left, because I got No Way Out to get through, and then obviously the Showcase of the Immortals for WrestleMania. So yeah, thank you very much for joining me on this episode of Main Event Wrestling, and I hope that you've enjoyed it. If you have, give it a like, share the video as well, because the more shares, more views, the more that channel continues to grow, and the more that I get to do this for you. Subscribe to World-1 Entertainment if this is your first time on the channel. Don't forget to check out all of the other content that's available, because you never know, there might be something that you like. And if you do subscribe, hit that notification bell so you are notified about any and all content that goes live onto the channel. Drop us a comment below, and yeah, I will see you guys next time for some more 1, 2, 3 count Main Event Wrestling. Take it easy, everyone.